It's time to have that discussion about Nico Iamaleava.
It wasn't a dream. It really happened.
I'm pretty sure I said his name right. This UCLA situation has been a disaster so far. Nico Iamaleava is a product of this new transfer portal system and how it can go extremely bad. I definitely still believe in Nico as a player, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all for UCLA. They've taken some big time losses to teams that are just not supposed to beat them. When you talk of UNLV, when you talk New Mexico, both teams out of the Mountain West, you're not supposed to be taking those type of L's. The thing about DJ is he needs that. I apologize. I said DJ. You know why I said DJ? Because I'm thinking about DJ Uiagalelei. I don't want Nico to have the same type of fate as DJ did. Both kids from poly backgrounds. They're going to ask me, Coach KD, what does race have to do with it? It has nothing to do with it. I know polys are a very prideful people. And if they're at quarterback, they want them to be represented well. You know what I mean? Jeremiah Masoli, you had Marcus Mariota, both Oregon products. What I'm saying is the Islanders have put on. They've had guys that's done it, and they're going to expect for these guys to be able to do the same. Let's call it what it is. DJ had a hard time in college. It's a completely different situation. I feel like Nico could still raise his stock, but he's going to have to get out of UCLA fast, or they're going to have to get some guys with some talent around him. Because in the SEC, Nico was able to cover up all his flaws with that talent around him. You got speed. You got SEC talent for what it's worth. We know the SEC is crumbling down. We know that for a fact. But it's some teams that still hold the SEC in high regard. And I think Tennessee is one of those teams. And Nico had a chance to make those guys somebody's if he just rolled it out. You see, the two complemented each other. When he left for UCLA, they don't have no real talent like that. And that sucks to say because I know UCLA just entered the Big Ten. I know they're trying to put on for Cali, but UCLA, USC, big bro, you got to save the ship at this point. Because UCLA is stinking it up for all of SoCal. Hell, they don't have no people in the stands, as sad as it may be. And Nico came to a space where he was supposed to change this whole thing around. That's what the people are thinking. Hometown kid, Long Beach Poly. You went to Tennessee for the big bucks. They didn't pay you. You back home. But no talent equals exposure. No talent equals I really got to put the team on my back. Not saying that Nico can't do that. I'm saying he has to come into that. We got to understand when he was out there playing at Tennessee, again, I got to express this. He had guys around him. He had guys around him that could make plays, the big plays. And so Nico looked like a somebody because he was able to hold his own with somebodies. You can see he has talent. You can see his flashes in a lot of these losses. But does he have enough talent to elevate the guys around him with his pinpoint precision like a Brady? No, he's not there yet. He's not even close. But damn, Coach KD, it's not fair to compare him to a Brady. I'm just saying, Nico want to be great. Nico trying to be great. So I got to give him that respect to put him in that light. Let him knock that off if he don't want to be that great. But let's call a spade, man. This move was not a good move. And this is when NIL football goes wrong. This is when I know the kid wanted to come back home, but it just doesn't seem like it was a good decision. It was not a good decision. It backfired for the kid's overall brand. Do we got a chance to turn this shit around? Yeah. I mean, you got a shot. You got a shot to turn it around, but it has to be now. And the way UCLA is looking, it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take some angels in the outfield to be able to get this shit done. 0-3, you lost to UNLV, you lost to New Mexico, Utah, cool. The people could accept that. But UNLV, not to say UNLV ain't been cracking for the past 2 seasons. Dan Mullen going into this 3rd season, seeing if he could keep the streak. UNLV 3-0. I can't take nothing from him. But as a UCLA, you supposed to be beating teams like this. You supposed to be destroying teams like this. What did you enter the Big Ten for if you weren't going to do that? And Nico is the main culprit, because Nico was supposed to come in here and really shift things around. It's not happening. Nico was supposed to save the job of Coach Foster. He was supposed to save Deshaun Foster. What more can I say? The hometown kid, the Poly kid, no pun intended, because I'm talking about Long Beach Poly, but Polynesian as well. Supposed to come in and save the day, and it's just not happening. And I truly believe he just don't have enough talent around him to get the job done. No disrespect to a lot of those receivers over there. Some of those dudes in the slot is doing solid. Some of those dudes, those guys is playing. Could they have better talent? Yes, of course. Could they made more of an effort to pay some guys to get in there to really flood Nico with some talent? Yes, they could have done that. They could have done that. This is paid for play football at this point. So I heard that they have a lot of the guys left over from the last staff. I heard that Coach Foster hasn't really brought all of his guys yet. But he won't have that much time if you lose into New Mexico. You're not going to have too much time left if you lose into UNLV. Not that I want a man to lose his job. I'm just being realistic about the situation. And you black, we know how it can be with black coaches. A lot of the times you get put in there just to fail, to show that you can't do it. And then when you really show that you can't do it, or at least when they feel like you can't do it, you're out of there. Your chances are slim, especially out of UCLA. Deshaun Foster was expected to come in there and his name was going to hold some type of weight and make a difference. And it just hasn't been that. It just haven't been that. Not to say that he was looking for a prime effect, but we understand you did your thing at UCLA. We understand you did your thing in the league for a little bit, but it just didn't hit like it was supposed to. But Nico was a good bright spot in putting butts in seats and building some type of anticipation. But it didn't come to fruition because UCLA not able to string together some early wins. You still look at the games and it's nobody in the stands. See, if Nico would have stayed at Tennessee, he would have been able to perform in front of packed houses, night in and night out, showing what he could do. Being on a good team like that, you automatically get elevated and you get more of a shot at that next level. This is bringing down Nico's stock, man. And I know a lot of scouts feel like, well, hey, he's young, give him some time. But they expect him to prove himself early, man. A lot of the times when you're a 4 or 5 star recruit, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse, man. You'll mess around, and I think UCLA has a ton of work to do. They need to get in the lab for however long that coaching staff is there, and they need to just go balls to the walls. It ain't no more conservative play. You got to pull out all the stops and do everything you could do to get them W's, because, anything less than some wins at this point is you out the door. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that many opportunities, so you might as well pull out all the tricks, pull out all the stops. It's a sad day for LA taking L's like this. It's a sad day to see that Rose Bowl completely empty and no type of fans there, but they got to get the W's for people to be willing to come out to them games, man. But you never thought you would see UCLA like this, especially with a premier as advertised quarterback, man. He was supposed to be premier, and not saying that he's not saying that he don't have that in him. I'm saying you got to get the kids some talent around him, man. If you really want him to perform like that, you got to get some talent around him. He's looking much better. He's looking like a much better player, even with the mistakes at Tennessee, than he is right now. Yeah, he's improved on a few things, but like I said, the flaws are showing more than the strengths. And we got to understand, when he was at Tennessee, them flaws wasn't shining that bright. The strengths was really showing because he had them people around him to really make him look like something. Not saying that he not something. Just got to have some people around him to be able to perform. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. This conversation needed to be had. It had to be had at some point. Because I see a lot of people and they kind of let Nico ride. Nah, Nico he got to catch some type of criticism. Because this is a prime example that transfer portal shit don't always hit like you think it's gonna hit. Don't always hit like it's supposed to hit. Yeah, he the starting QB, but they're expecting so much more out of him. If you that guy, you should be able to lead us to the promised land. You should be able to elevate everybody else's game. But I just don't think Nico there yet. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Like the video, comment if you like, subscribe to the channel if you like. It's the failed athlete. That don't mean you gotta fail in life.